Okay, my name is Michael Lewis Hudson. I grew up in Piney Community in Adair County. Well, I joined the Army, actually it was between my junior and senior year of high school. And I went in May of 1984 after I graduated. It was like 3 days after I graduated. They were kicking me off the bus at Fort Benning, and I went to Fort Benning, Georgia to be trained as an infantryman. I spent 20 years in the Army, and I retired 20 years later in May of 2004. I went to basic and AIT, or Advanced Individual Training, at Fort Benning, Georgia, to be an infantryman. In June, July, and August, and it was hot. It was really hot. And you would think coming from eastern Oklahoma here, you'd be used to the heat, but when we got down there, it was really hot and humid. But I made it through. It was, I worked in a hayfield when I was a kid, and while I was outside, I played football and baseball, so I was used to all that stuff. So I was ready for it. I'm always telling my children that you got to have a plan for everything, and that's one thing that the Army has taught me, is you got to have a plan for everything, and you got to come up with contingencies for everything. You got to be prepared for everything, and I think that's one thing that I took away from that. And don't sweat the small stuff. So I think that was what I took away from that. Practice what is known as servant leadership. You got to get down, I guess you could say, in the mud to know what everybody's coming from. You got to be able to understand everybody's point of view. And you can't just be on the left side or the right side. You got to be able to understand everybody's point of view in order to get things done. Because if you're just solely bent on just one ideal or one way to do it, somebody else over here could have a better way to do it. And I think if that can be done, that's what they should be doing. I'm proud to be a Cherokee citizen. I took it for granted as when I was growing up here before I went in the Army. It was all around me. And you just don't understand what you have, the heritage, and then what your family background is. And then when I got away from it, and I've been away from this area for a while, and you hear the stories that your parents tell about your family, and you wish at that time that when you were here that you could go back and hear those stories that they gave you, and the heritage and where they came from and what they stood for. And I wish I could go back and hear that now. When I was going to college, my degree is in history, and I really think about that now. I wish I had the opportunity to speak to those elders that were in my family about their life before, and what they know, and what they experienced through their lifetime.